What is up everybody, Roadrunner here with another After Effects tutorial. Today we're going to be covering how to make fire or electric text. Let's get started. Before we start today's tutorial, I do want to say that you do need the Video CoPilot Saber plugin, but I do want to emphasize that this plugin is free. Yes, this plugin is 100% free. You can go to videocopilot.net or check the link in the description. So I have After Effects up on my screen, and the first thing I'm going to do is create a new composition. I'm going to label this one text. And I'm going to come up here and double click on my type tool. I'm going to type in fire. I'm going to make that about 300. Next, we're going to click on our text layer. We're going to go up to Layer and Auto Trace. Click OK. And what this did is it took my text layer and it created masks out of each individual letter onto a new solid. So if I hit M, it will show me all of my masks. And you can see if you click on them, it will show you which letter it is. So next, we're going to click the eyeball on our fire text, and we're going to hide this so we can just focus on this layer. Next, we're going to come up to our effects and presets, and we're going to type in Saber. And we're going to drag and drop that onto our layer. And you'll notice by default, it gives you this lightsaber looking thing in the background, and we really want it to be over our text. But the first thing we're going to do before we get to that is, if you want the background of your text to be transparent, if you wanted to put this over a video or over a motion graphic, it actually by default creates this black looking background even when I have the transparency grid toggled. So we're going to come down to render settings, and under composite settings, we're going to change black to transparent. And you will now notice that you can see the transparency grid. For the time being, I'm just going to check that off so we can see our text a little bit better. Now, I do want to emphasize that this is a very powerful plugin, so definitely take some time and play with all of these settings. There's so much you can do, and there are so many presets of what type of saber you want. You can change it to electric, you can change it to fire, you can change it to haze. There are so many different ones that it would take me way too much time to explain them, and I don't even know what all of these do. So give yourself some time and play with those. For now, I'm going to set mine to fire. And you're probably wondering, how do we get this little saber thing here to wrap the text? So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to Customize Core. And instead of core type being saber, we're going to change this to layer masks. And there you go. Now you have a fire text. However, it is a little bit distorted and it glows a lot, and we can't read that super well. So we're going to come up to our settings here, and I'm going to change the glow intensity to be about 20. And I'm going to change the core size to be 7. And now you can see that much better. So I'm going to come out to about 1 second here, and you'll notice that it is already animating. So it will animate and look like it's actually on fire. But I'm going to come out to 1 second here, and I'm going to create a keyframe right at glow intensity and core size. Then I'm going to come down to my composition. I'm going to hit the home button to go to the first frame on my composition, and I'm going to change these values to be 0. And you'll notice that it has disappeared. Now if I hit U to bring up just these keyframes, I'm going to close all these masks here. I'm going to select them and hit F9 to easy ease them. And then I'm going to pull up the graph editor here. And I'm actually going to hit the tilde key to make this full screen, and I'm going to zoom in. And before we finish up today's tutorial, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon to get notified when I post new content. Also, check out my gear list in the description. And what we can do is select these two keyframes and pull this handle in here. And select these two and push these back a little bit. And this way, all these values will pick up speed really quick and then slow down as they ease into these two values here. So I'm going to hit the tilde key to get my screen back. And let's preview this and see how this looks. And so far, I think this looks pretty good. However, there are a few things I would change. The distortion of when the fire is moving, I think is a little bit too much. Now you can read it, but I do think some people may find that a little distracting. I know I do. So we're gonna come down to distortion, and we're gonna go to glow distortion. And there is a distortion amount. We're gonna change that to 50 or so. And now as I play through this, and I think that looks pretty good. Now doing the electric text is easy, especially now that we have this done. We can create a new composition. I'm going to type in electric, and I'm going to come down to here and double click my type tool, and I'm going to type in electric. And you can't see it because it is black. However, it won't matter because we're going to auto trace it anyways. Layer and auto trace, hit OK. And I'm going to close this down. And I'm actually going to go back to my fire text, to my FX controls, and I'm going to copy my Saber effect, go to my electric, I'm going to hide the original text, and paste it onto my auto traced solid layer. And we actually want to change this preset to electric. And there you go. Thank you so much everybody for joining me for this After Effects tutorial. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and comment down below what you'd like to see in future videos. Thanks so much, take it easy.